Morning to our respected panel of examiners, our dedicated teachers and fellow students. We are first-year students from Bachelor of Secondary Education program, major in Social Studies at the College of Teacher Education, Lemery Colleges. Located in Bagong Sikat, Lemery, Batangas, I am Isabel A. Castillo, and my co-researchers are Roxanne D. Fullente, Princess Charmaine V. LABAYO, and Marinal A. Ramos. We are proud to present our final research-based output for the subject Building and Enhancing Literacies Across the Curriculum, with a research title, The Influence of Student-Centered Learning Environment on the Development of Social Literacy. To make our study clear, let us define our two key variables. First is student-centered learning environment. Unlike traditional setups where the teacher leads everything and the students only listen and memorize, this type of classroom shifts the focus to the learner. It gives students a voice in their learning, encourages participation, offers collaborative tasks, builds trust and respect, and treats mistakes as a part of growth rather than failure. Second and last variables is social literacy, a lifelong skill that allows a person to connect, communicate, and cooperate effectively with others.
Have pleasant day, everyone. For our related literature, we gathered studies that are connected to our research title, The Influence of Student-Centered Learning Environment on the Development of Social Literacy. These studies help us understand how student-centered learning affects students' social skills and interaction. Let's start with the international literature. As per Shawaludin and Rahayo 2024, found that students learn communication, cooperation, respect, and empathy better in a student-centered classroom than in a teacher-centered classroom. This is relevant to our study because these skills are part of social literacy. Their studies suggest that when students are actively involved in learning and interacting with others, their social abilities improve. Another study by Chandra and Hamdam 2022 explained that activities such as group works, class discussions, and peer teachings allow students to practice social skills naturally. This supports our research because social literacy develops when students communicate, share ideas, and work their classmates. For the local literature, the Consortia Academia Research Team 2025 found that Filipino grade 10 students who experienced more student-centered activities showed better communication and teamwork. This is important to our study because it provides evidence within the Philippine setting that student-centered learning contributes to social literacy development. Similar to the La Cruz and Santos study 2024 reported that students from public high schools in Batangas and Cavite performed better in social literacy when they were exposed to student-centered learning environments. They showed stronger cooperation, politeness, and conflict resolution skills compared to students in traditional classrooms. Based on the studies, we can see a common findings. Student-centered learning creates opportunities for students to interact, collaborate, and express themselves. As a result, their social literacy skills are enhanced. These findings support our study because they suggest that the learning environment can influence how students develop the important social skills.
Our the main point of this section summarized what existing research say and explains how your study is different. The key finding is all review students agree student-centered learning, where students actively participate, discuss, and do activities, has a strong positive effect on social literacy. The ability to communicate will respect other, work in teams, and understand social situations. It works better than it's worked better than teacher-centered instruction, where students just listening possibility to lecture.
Next one is full school administration. So, school leaders should recognize that students need social skills just as much as academic knowledge. Administrators can develop policies, activities, and programs that encourage teamwork, communication, and positive relationships among students. By making social literacy a priority, school helps students become well-rounded individuals. Second is for teachers. Teachers should focus on learning activities where students actively participate instead of only listening to lectures. Group discussions, cooperative projects, and peer learning allows students to practice communication, leadership, problem solving, and teamwork. These experiences strengthen their social literacy skills. The third recommendation is for students. So, students play an important role in developing their own social skills by working with classmates, expressing ideas respectfully, listening to others, and cooperating in tasks. They gain valuable abilities that will help them in school, future careers, and their everyday life. The last recommendation is for future researchers. So, future researchers should conduct similar studies in different schools and educations. This can help confirm the findings and provide a better understanding of social literacy among students.
This quote perfectly captures the idea that drives our entire study. Social literacy cannot be fully learned just from reading textbooks, memorizing definitions, or attending one-time lectures. It is not something students get after a single lesson. Instead, it grows gradually, day by day, through every group work activity. Every open class discussion, every chance to listen to a classmate's opinion, every opportunity to solve a disagreement fairly, and every positive interaction they have with their teachers and peers. And these meaningful experiences only happen fully when the classroom is designed to be supportive, inclusive, and student-centered. If the environment is rigid, teacher-led, and focused only on content, students rarely get the chance to practice these skills, so their social literacy may remain undeveloped. Through this research, we hope to produce results that will help teachers, school administrators, and curriculum planners see clearly that the way we organize our classrooms matters just as much as what lessons we teach. Aligning our practices with the Public Act 10533 and the FED standards will help us produce not just high-performing students but social literacy citizens, the kind of people who can lead, serve, and build a better Philippines.
The quotation of Fauci and CT 2025 states that social literacy is not just taught. It is developed through daily interactions and experiences inside a supportive learning environment. This means that social literacy cannot be fully developed through lectures and lessons alone. Students learn social skills such as communication, cooperation, empathy, and respect by interacting with their classmates and teachers in their everyday school experiences.